Morning everybody, here we are on day 5 of the Enduro 7 challenge. Yesterday morning we headed up to Yorkshire Dales to complete the trekking, the hill walking event over the Yorkshire Dales, tackling the Yorkshire Three Peaks. Safe to say that last night Sip achieved the Yorkshire Three Peaks, and in the early hours ran into a few problems, didn't you, Sip?
Yeah, so this is the third time I've done the Yorkshire Three Peaks within the same month, and the problem was, we've been awake so long, I knew that my legs would swell up, and what you can see is they kind of have swollen up, and it's caused some pretty bad blistering on my feet, but I was very lucky that Les, you can't see him, who's filming this now, he kind of did all the doctor work on and took all the stuff out of the blisters, and I'm now in a position where I can actually walk. 3 hours ago it was a different story, I couldn't really walk. So what I want to do though is I want to finish the day off until 12 o'clock like I said I would do. I'd have loved to have done Three Peaks and gone around there twice, but it just physically wasn't possible, and what I didn't want to do is risk not being able to do today, which is abseil, and also the day 7, which is a run around this airfield.
So let's just have a bit of perspective here then, buddy. You've in 20 minutes time you've been awake and working on various events for 100 hours. How are you feeling?
I honestly feel fine. It's bizarre, and I know I shouldn't be, but yeah, I do. I mean, I've had a couple of months. I've been working on a laptop, and I've sort of nodded off very quickly, and then you sort of snap awake again. But other than that, I feel fit. I feel, apart from my legs, I feel fine.
How can you feel fine after being awake and physically exerting your body for 100 hours? How are you achieving that, buddy?
So I think I've been training for this for about 6 months now, and maybe the training, is paying off, and I have done a lot of sleep deprivation training as well, so I knew I was good for at least four days, and I know I've exceeded that now, but like I say, I don't know how I'm going to be in a day's time, or in 2 days time. I hope, fingers crossed, I'll be fine. But what do you think?
Well, if I'm completely honest, Sip, last night worried me to some degree. Not only have I noticed, obviously, the physical bits. I think you've just understated massively the sort of the blister situation on your feet. I spent probably over an hour last night taking care of your feet and redressing them all just so that you can walk. I just want everyone to know that the amount of pain you're in. I know you're putting a brave face on here, buddy. You're in an awful lot of pain, but I've also started to notice the other sort of effects of fatigue on you now, mate. Your eyes were all over the place when I was talking to you. Some of the bits that you're saying, I'm starting to notice now it's not starting to make sense on occasions. So I'm really noticing it, and to be honest, I genuinely can't believe how you're still cracking on. We're back here on Dishforth airfield now because it was too dangerous to continue in the state you were in last night over on the Dales. So we've got you back to somewhere a bit safer. Unbelievable, really. What's keeping you going, buddy? What? How are you managing to crack on here when you've got?
Because this is so important to get the message out about combat stress, and I've always said this from day one that 7 days of pain is nothing in comparison to what these guys are going through.
Yeah. You got a big heart, buddy.
I just want to raise awareness, and by doing this, hopefully that will raise the awareness. People will understand what it is like to still expect these guys to go to work and do everything they can to support the families, where they're not sleeping, and they're doing it all the time. I'm only doing it for 7 days. You know, I can't even imagine what it must be like for these guys to be able to be under that sort of stress on a weekly, monthly basis, and they just need help and support, and they'll get that through combat stress.
You're an awesome bloke, Sip. You're doing ever so well, mate. I know there's so many people who are behind you here. We're getting so much support from the public, in person, people who are seeing you out and about. You've got you've got friends, family, colleagues, former colleagues, people you haven't seen for an awful lot of time, travelling the country to come out and see you. What's next then?
So we're going to Liverpool today to do the 24-hour abseil, and then once we've done that, we'll come back, and then we'll do the paddle on the Ripon Canal for 24 hours, and then we'll finish off back on here for the last day, to fingers crossed run this for 24 hours.
How are you going to do that? How
You're going to take my feet up.
Yeah, hopefully that'll help to some degree. Yeah, just, you know, before we finish now, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about that last event, buddy?
Yeah, I am worried.
Yeah,
and it's the reason why. To be honest, I did 2 of the 3 summits, and I was in that much pain. I wanted to stop, but I felt it was really important to at least do the 3 peaks once. But yeah, I wasn't in a very good place. But I you know, like I say, 2 hours ago I couldn't even walk. I'm walking now. I've got a set of shoes on, even though my feet are swollen. It was a struggle to get them on. But yeah, it'll be fine.
awesome. Well, Sip, I know you probably want me to stop filming now and get his camera out your face so you can just concentrate on what you're doing. Thanks, buddy, and thanks everyone for all your support. We'll keep you updated on the last 3 challenges.
And big thanks to John Bishop as well for doing that shout out. He's a bit of a hero of mine. And that's amazing. And Alan Hinks is still here as well. He was up in the hill with me last night. It's amazing. And a couple of guys that travelled all the way from Polaris Mountaineering Club and did the entire route with me. You know, there's so many good people out there supporting us as well. It's amazing.
Thanks everybody. Bye now.